Good morning, everybody. Today is April 1st, 2025. It is April Fool's Day, and I am regretful that, I have died. No. Um, so, goals for the day are to brush teeth, do yard work, make my morning video log. Check that out every morning video log, I swear. And then to sweep them off the office, sweep them off to the kitchen downstairs. I need to vacuum the apartment. I need to edit and upload a couple video logs, brainstorm RLRS thumbnails, and practice my drawing. So, I have brushed my teeth, I've done yard work, made my morning video log. And then we did sweep and mop the office and the kitchen, and then ended the bathroom. So that's sick. And then all that's left to do is vacuum. I need to edit and upload some video logs real quick. And then brainstorming RLRS thumbnails. I looked up and found out that all RuneScape music is royalty free. So if I wanted to use those music pieces in RLRS, I could use them during the fast forward points. Like one of my favorites is Barbarianism. Bum, 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 bum. So I was just like, dude, it's super sick. So I was like, I'll end up implementing that. I'll probably just download a bunch of MP3s off of the internet somewhere. Figure that out. Other than that, yeah, just gonna be working the rest of the day, and then we work at 4, so leave at 3:30. So I have 2 hours to knock out these last couple things. I think it'll be pretty solid. This will probably take 30 minutes. This will probably take 30 minutes. This will probably take an hour. So we're there, and then I can practice drawing at work. My sketchpad is still in my thing there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for the day. What was I had something to talk about while I was doing yard work. Oh, they were talking about education. They were talking about how like there are schools who are implementing like an AI like one-on-one, and AI works with you at your skill level, so you like progress faster, and like it can match where you are and like lead you to thinking about your own answers, right? There's like an AI tutor, right, essentially, and then there's a human there to deal with like the emotional and the motivational aspects of learning. Like obviously the AI doesn't need to fine tune your emotions. It's like it needs to be purely oh, there's a little bit of hair sticking out here. It needs to be like purely like intelligent, like talking to you as a teacher, and then you have a human there to guide you. And it's like those are the things you remember from teachers. Then like being your friend, being like your friend, and like emotionally dealing with you. Like those are the impactful parts of your teacher, right? It's not the lesson plans and the learning aspect. It's the bond. And so it's like if you have a human there to bond and an AI to teach, kids are learning faster than ever doing that. And I realized that as I was growing up, I was homeschooled from age 5 to 8. So, well, yeah, I went into public school when I turned 8, so third grade. In my second grade, public like well, not public or private homeschooling with my mom, I was already doing fourth and fifth grade subjects because I had the software, the computer teaching me the things, the person helping me to think, and it was my mom. Like I knew her, we were friends, and there was one instance that I very vividly remember. We were working on phonics, which is like how you pronounce words, and we were talking about ch and th and w. So that, what, and chat. Like literally, that's it. And I couldn't remember like how the th like sounded. And I was like sitting there like, and she was like, "There's a word in this room that uses it," and I'm like, "What? Like, what do you mean a word in this room?" So I start like looking around, and it ended up being something in the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, I would have to find it, but it was either like the Pledge of Allegiance poster or some other poster that she had on the wall that I found the word, and it was like a small side quest, and I remember it because I have never like I always have remembered that, and it's like that's something you can't get in the classroom. When a kid is struggling with something, the teacher doesn't have a random tool to just be like, here's this, and you're sitting there going, oh my god, what is it, what is it, what is it, what is it? Oh, it's on the poster. It's what? It's that. It's chat. Like, oh, it's what the cha. Oh, obviously. Like we don't get those moments in public school. But I remember that very specifically. And I'm sitting here going, dude, if you could have like an AI learning tool, like teaching you, guiding you like that, that is so game changing for every single human that would ever use it. Like that is a absolute game changer because it's little things like that where it's like, oh my god, I came to the conclusion, even though obviously someone else had already known that. I got there. And so I think that the way things are going right now, if we ended up implementing that AI chat tool, like as people are using AI to cheat, our general intelligence is going to go down. If we end up using that AI chat tool, like it's going to be this dip and this absolute skyrocket of human intelligence in the younger generations coming up, of like understanding things and like grasping things and like really cognitively like deeper thinking, that I think is going to be really 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 cool. So yeah, just wanted to share that. I'm sure I'll have a daily thought in the end or something to add on to that. So yeah, I'll see you all tonight. Have a good one.
One eternity later.
Good morning, everybody. This will be a recap vlog, video log. I don't want to call them vlogs. For March 1st, 2025. It was Tuesday. In the morning, brushed my teeth. Brushed my teeth. No, I didn't brush my teeth in the morning. I brushed my teeth in the night. But I woke up, did yard work, made some fries, swept them off the kitchen in the office. Then I made the video log. And then, what did I do after that? Yeah, I spent half an hour uploading and editing video logs, and then I started working on my RLRS thumbnail, which I actually thought would take like an hour, and just like of getting stuff and ideas together and things like that. And I ended up only taking like an hour and 15 minutes to make a decent thumbnail. And so I spent like another 15 minutes like finalizing it. So I didn't end up having time to vacuum, which kind of sucked. So I'll get that today, which is tomorrow for this video log. But yeah, the thumbnail actually turned out like really really good, and like I sent it to all my I sent it to my brothers who played RuneScape, and was just like, thumbnail, check it out, like it's so cool to me. And I went back and switched the thumbnails for both the RLRS videos. So in the future going forward, I'll also make thumbnails for RLRS, and I'm like, dude, like I could actually just make thumbnails. Like that's so crazy to me, dude. Like never in my life did I think I'd be doing this for sure, for sure. But it's actually been really really nice. Um, and you know it's like it's a form of art in a medium that I'm actually like comfortable with. Like I know technology, I know buttons, things like that. So I'm able to like make art doing that. And it's like I'm not as good at like drawing yet. So like like it's just so cool to see me like progress, like make something period and progress into it, right? And so finished up that, we got ready for work. Didn't bring any food to work, so we were like, we're gonna have to eat food here. And so I ordered some. We ordered some food. What did we get? Yeah, I got an A and I got a soup. Philip got something else, but it might have been after work. No, and also got a cheeseburger. That's what it was. And so yeah, work was actually really fun. I had a couple things happen at work that were really cool. First hour, we got there super early. It was really nice. I ended up clocking at like 3:44. I was like, dang. And then yeah, first hour was really nice. What happened? Had regulars. They were really cool. Um, gosh, I'm trying to think. What happened? I was so sick. My boy Brady came in. He's a regular, and then he actually went to high school with my older brothers. He was a underclassman to them, I believe, but he's just. I'm pretty sure he's in his upper 20s, and like, yeah, he would be 25, 26. Looks like huge beard. He's just like, hey man, like super tired all the time. I'm like, me too, bro. That's the life. And it's always funny that like I see people at their worst because they come to Canton where they don't want to cook any food at home, right? Like that's just the point I see them at. And so yeah, it's always good to see Brady. Oh, he's just the coolest dude, bro. Ah, I was like, I should definitely hang out with him outside of work, but I'm way too awkward for that. Let me think. What else happened? There was something that was cool. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was April 1st, and no one got me with an April Fool's. I was even like scrolling on Caldwell Community, and it was just like, April 1st, be careful for examples. And then it said like, see more, and I was just like, not clicking that, buddy. Not getting me today. Moved on. So I didn't even like get April Fooled. Um, gosh, there was something. We let it slip that Carter was getting his job back at Canton. Oh, new guy Joseph was really struggling today. Actually, Anna and I were kind of complaining to each other that he was like unlearning things, and so we were like we don't really get why he's still struggling with some of this stuff. And I am very laid back and humorous, and so there was a probably 3 days. What is it? Wednesday today. It was probably Friday or Saturday. It must have been Friday. No, I think it was last Thursday actually. Yeah, it must have been Thursday because Kaz and Circa were at their match. And then he picked up the phone. They asked if we delivered, and he put it on mute and asked me if we delivered. And I just kind of like looked at him and was like, Joseph, have you ever seen anyone here take a delivery order? And he goes, I don't know. I was like, think with your head. And he was like, no. And I was like, why are you asking me that? Like, that's crazy. You've been here for like 3 weeks, dude. Like, almost a month. Why are you asking me if we deliver? Like, that's insane. That's crazy, bro. I think it was actually 3 weeks back then. But, yeah, so he asked me that, and I was just like, what? And then, anyways, fast forward, and today he, like, forgot to write down a bunch of drinks for, like, 2 or 3 tables before they had paid, and he had, like, been doing that pretty consistently. And he had like taken an order that was a lunch special with Mongolian beef, and I'm like, dude, that only comes in a large. Like that only comes. What are you thinking? And so he like had to go back to this table like 3 times for 3 different things, and I'm just like, dude, log in. Like, what? What are you? And I'm like, this isn't even a lack of training, dude. Like you're just not paying attention. Like you're just not like. I don't know what it is. And Anna was complaining because we like had a stressful Saturday. Might have been Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Maybe it was Friday. But he was like just not performing properly, and we were just like, we were like stressed out about it. We were just like, dude, what is happening? And so today I had to go up front to cash out one of his tables, and they gave me $100 bill, and their bill was like $63. And I look at it, and I'm like, he just gave them a Pepsi refill. There's no drinks written. I was like, Joseph, what did they have to drink, bro? And he was like, oh, 2 Mountain Dews and 2 Pepsis. And I'm like, that's $15, dude. That's $15 you're missing. I was like, you need to write that down and go tell them. Like, so he writes it down, and he goes back there and he lets them know, like, hey, I didn't charge you for the drinks. Just wanted to show you the new total. Like, he's actually like good at communicating that. Hey, I messed up your guys' total. I forgot to write down your drinks and charge you properly. Here's the final total. Just wanted to show you before I bring you change. Like, be transparent, right? He's actually good at that. I'm like, bro, it is less effort to write down the drinks than it is to do that. And I'm literally sitting here, I'm like I don't know if I want to be the guy who's like, hey man, I'm on my phone a lot at work because I'm good at my job. I can't have you on your phone if you're not focused. Like, I literally can't do that. And Edward, our boss, was kind of walking out, and he was just like, um, like, I don't know if he's ready for like a job yet. Like, there's a lot of responsibility here. I don't know if he's. I have fries cooking, so I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'll be back. All right, fries have been secured and stolen by court. So, but yeah, my boss, after work, he like came out and was just like, I don't know if he's like ready for a job yet. Like he's very young, like he's 16. He's just not picking up on the things, and it's like yeah, in my experience, every time we try to give him criticism, it's kind of like, I would say humorously defensive. So it's kind of like, bro, like you gotta do this instead. And he's like, hey, like it's kind of hard to explain because I'm not like him. Obviously, he was just like, don't, no, I can't. And I'm like, okay. He's like, oh no, you're right. I should have remembered or something like that. And it's like, there's no diligence, right? And there's no like, oh, you're right. My bad. I'll remember that next time. It's always just like this kind of humorous deflection slash defensiveness that is just not really productive for future productivity, right? And like learning. And so I don't want to be that boss who's like, get off your phone, but you gotta lock in, right? And so Edward was just like, maybe I'll call Alexia and like let her know, like if Joseph doesn't start getting better, like he can't really work here. And so my boy Carter got his job back, and so I think Edward feels a little bit more comfortable to like actually be like, you're not ready for a real job, dude. Like if you're not willing to learn, if you're not willing to be present and like focus and learn the menu and do all these things, it's gonna be really hard to keep you employed here. So yeah, that was a really interesting conversation last night because I'm sitting here like, what? Like we've never seen anybody like get fired, really. Like fired is crazy. People usually just quit. And it's like they'll put up with so much that it's kind of just people have to quit in order to leave. Like we don't really fire anybody. But it's like if he's just not ready to be a responsible person, an adult and have a job, like there's nothing we can do about it. And so yesterday on my off time, I was like doing random side work or whatever, and I had the thought of having like Canton Jeopardy. Skips, just push the door open, bro. Yeah, just push the door open, dude. There you go. Welcome. I'm doing like a Canton Jeopardy. And so I'm the most knowledgeable person about Canton with 100%. Close the door after you come in. It closed on its own. Okay. So I'm like the most knowledgeable person about Canton by far. Like there is so many like niche things that. What the fuck, Skips? That wasn't even Anna. It just closed. That's crazy. Well, anyways, there's so many like niche things about Canton that like only I know, and so it's kind of like I would make questions and stuff, and it would just be like, gosh, how do you even say like Canton lore, Canton menu knowledge, like I'm trying to think, um, like niche rules, I know there'd be a miscellaneous category where I just throw questions in, just crazy, and then like ingredient list or something where I like literally list every item in something and you have to tell me what it is. I think would be like really really cool. And yeah, I was like I think that'd be like really really cool to do. And I was like literally my only issue with it is a lot of the inside jokes at Canton of like for example, two miscellaneous questions: who makes the best burger and who makes the worst burger? Who makes the best burger is Luis. Like he's the I would call him the sous chef or like the fry cook. I'll let you out. Oh hi, Bubby. I really thought it was a ghost. That's crazy. I thought it was a ghost who closed the door. That's crazy. Anyway, so like who makes the best burger would definitely be Luis by a long shot, and who makes the worst burger, like we don't want to say it because it's our boss, right? It's like our boss Joaquin makes the worst burger. Like they're I would just say they're a little too greasy and it's just like not toasted enough, and you're just like it was a burger, right? And so it's like you don't want to like the only place I can imagine posting that where people would actually care is this let's call the crime community in Caldwell Facebook page, and just being like the Canton staff did like a fun Jeopardy, right? But you don't want to sit there and like diss on the owner of the restaurant during it. So I'm like, I'd have to walk the human resources line of like what is something politically correct we could say, right? And then my little only other thought is like where would we do this at, right? Like where would we have a location where we could just do Jeopardy? But I mean, we'd figure that all later. Dude, doing it in Canton might be kind of lit. Like low key, that might be really funny. Um, that'd be crazy. I just had that idea. That'd be really funny. We could totally do that on like a Sunday or over the break when we're closed. If Edward has to come in and work, that'd be hilarious. But yeah. So I was like thinking about that all day and just like fun questions I could ask, like fun things we could do. And then I'm thinking of like usually Jeopardy has like three people, but you could do it with four. And I was thinking of having like four groups of two. So we have like probably 8 or 10 people that I could call and be like, hey, do you want to do Jeopardy? And so like Yasmin has been there the longest, and I could pair her with like Corey or something, because they're both kind of dumb, but Yasmin has a ton of experience, right? And then, hey, that's what they tell me. Okay, I disagree, but that's what they tell me. Um, and then I could pair like Carter and Anna, because she's gotten her job back at Canton I think 3 times now. Like she's just left and came back, left and came back, left and came back, and they love her. Like she's the coolest. They're her she's their favorite for sure. And then Carter has left Canton and is now coming back. And then so Carter and Anna would be a team. And then I'm thinking of doing like Kazlan and Circa, because they're two peas in one pod. They share a brain cell 100%. And then for the last group, just being like, I mean, if Joseph still has his job, I could do Joseph and Alexia. Or if he doesn't, I could have Austin and Alexia, because they were both like really strong workers for like a year and a half each. And just like kind of have them be like grouped together, and like so when they buzz in, they would answer the question together. Like they would agree on the answer. And so I'm like just thinking about like logistics, how that would work, how many points we want to do, what a prize would be, like just something fun, something cool. So yeah, I just think it'd be really cool to post on the like community page and just be like, this is a fun thing our workplace did. watch it. And I'd post on my YouTube channel and just be like, this is a fun little event I put together. It's fun. Watch it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did for the day. I'm glad I finally got this floor cleaned. Some of you have seen the floor in RLRS, but it's like it was painted when it was like sealed, right? So the paint is chipping off. There's unsealed wood underneath. So when I like mopped the office, I'm like having to spot mop places where the paint hasn't chipped. And so I'm like, there was one spot where it had like a huge like dirt thing next to a spot, so I had to put like a towel over it and then like viciously mop the thing. Like, please don't get water in the wood, bro. Please don't. And I'm like, it looks fine and it's not like wet to the touch, but I'm like, get trap moisture. That sucks. It's more work in the future. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was the whole day. It was really really fun. I hope you all had a wonderful wonderful Tuesday and see you all tomorrow.